Technological singularity is a hypothesis that says that technology will advance to the point where it'll be able to improve itself. And when that happens, it'll trigger a runaway effect that will have an unimaginable impact on humanity. Tonight I have 5 minutes to talk about technological singularity. And while 5 minutes doesn't seem like a lot of time, if the singularity happened the way that a lot of people think that it could, 5 minutes could be enough time to see more than 5,000 years of technological change. So if you haven't heard about the singularity before, you might think that this is probably some new idea, and actually it's been around since the 1950s. And most of the people that think that it could happen believe that it would likely be sparked by the invention of human-level artificial intelligence. And the thinking is also that human-level artificial intelligence is just a matter of time. And that time is likely going to happen sooner than we think because of something called the law of accelerating returns. The law of accelerating returns says that not only is our technology getting better, it's getting better faster. And so the way that that works is every time we have a technological breakthrough, that technological breakthrough makes it easier for us and faster for us to get to the next technological breakthrough. So something that today might take us decades to achieve with the technology that we have right now, in a year from now, 2 years from now, that same thing might take weeks, months, or even days. And if one of those breakthroughs is the invention of human-level artificial intelligence, that will change everything. Because at that point, our technology will be able to improve itself. And that will speed things up like we can't imagine. And pretty soon, human-level artificial intelligence would become superintelligence, and superintelligence would trigger an intelligence explosion. And that is the singularity hypothesis in a nutshell. But let me illustrate it a different way. So imagine that you go for a walk and you double your speed every minute. Say you start out walking at 2 miles an hour, and after the first minute, you're walking 4 miles an hour, and a minute later, you're walking 8 miles an hour, and so on. After 5 minutes, you'd be going 64 miles an hour. But after 10 minutes, you'd be going almost 3 times the speed of sound. Now, imagine the same thing, but in addition to doubling your speed, imagine that you cut the doubling interval in half. So for the first minute, you're going 2 miles an hour. For the next 30 seconds, you're going 4 miles an hour. For the next 15 seconds, you're going 8 miles an hour, and so on. Pretty soon, your doubling interval becomes fractions of a nanosecond, and the distance that you're traveling is seemingly infinite. This is the idea behind how the singularity could happen and how, hypothetically, we could see thousands of years of technological advancements in just a matter of minutes. And with all the buzz about artificial intelligence today, there's a lot of people wondering if technological singularity could actually happen and asking the question, is human-level artificial intelligence something that we're close to? And this was a question that was asked to experts at a Singularity Summit a few years back. And as you might guess, the predictions were all over the map. But the median prediction was that we'd see human-level artificial intelligence by 2040, a little more than 2 decades from now. But not everybody, not every expert, believes that human-level artificial intelligence is right around the corner. For every scientist, academic, and technologist that's saying human-level artificial intelligence is going to be years from now or decades from now, there's another one saying that it will probably never happen, at least not in our lifetime. And the primary counter-argument is a variation of an idea that's usually referred to as the complexity break. And the complexity break says that when you have a really complex problem, the deeper you get into the problem, the harder the problem is to solve. And putting it mildly, figuring out how to create human-level artificial intelligence is a pretty complex problem. So you might get into the problem and think that you're making a lot of progress and close to figuring it out when actually you've barely begun. Or you might have 80% of the problem solved and realize that 80% of the problem takes 1% of the time that 100% of the problem, or solving 80% of the problem only takes 1% of the time that would be required to solve 100% of the problem. And so, so thank you, time, okay.